1027 WNEW. It's Opie and Anthony, and look who's in the studio, Anthony. Louis Black from Comedy Central, everyone.
He's back.
He remembers us.
I remember you. I'll never forget you.
You know, we played an old tape of you this week.
I heard that.
Because we don't really feel like working right at 2 o'clock, so we play some of our old stuff. And we're like, yeah, Louis is good for another spin. And it was all current stuff, so I guess we don't even have to do this today.
This is great. That's perfect.
Where you been? What you been up to, man?
I've been trying to find a vein that works. You know, it's so difficult after you use needles for so long.
Who knew you were on the smack?
It takes weeks.
Have you used the ones in your penis yet?
Oh, no.
Okay. Then I guess you don't really have a problem.
So he's going to hear those junkie stories where they have to start using those veins.
Right. That's when you know you have the real problem.
No, I was in, first I was going to come by Christmas, but you guys took the week off. What sissies?
Oh, come on now.
What, to spend with your family? What? That's so bogus. We're going to stop for a while and spend some time.
I didn't even do that. Yeah. I got away so I didn't have to spend time with the family.
Where'd you go?
I went skiing. I blew off the family this year.
Man, I did the family thing. Well, you must have some family. You go back for the holidays or something?
I'm Jewish, so it's totally who cares. You know, boy, I'm going to go back for Christmas and look at a naked living room. Not a tree in sight. We didn't have that Hanukkah bush crap.
No.
We were a legitimate Jewish family with Jewish concerns, like Hanukkah, which is just a chumpster time of year, boy. And then they'll start calling it. No, it's not. It's a wonderful holiday. This is very special for our children. They like getting socks 3 days in a row. It's a miserable holiday. So I don't really care. So I worked actually Caroline's that week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because apparently they think I can draw against the baby Jesus. You know? Well, you know,
that's a tough gig, huh?
We're going to either, kind of celebrate the birth of the Son of God or go down and see that psychotic Jew boy. Oh, what are we going to do? Well, they didn't show up, I'll tell you that.
You might need a better agent. I mean, come on.
But it was a great audience because you get 70 or 80 people, and it's Christmas Eve. That's a bitter crowd.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not a happy group of people.
True. And New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve was...
Big millennium.
You must have some thoughts on the millennium.
The rage has not subsided. What they did...
With the Y2K? Do you feel gypped?
Gypped?
I wanted a plane to fall out of the sky.
I think we should just pick a date as a nation and have some fun, okay?
Just screw things up or something?
No, just get together as a group. What do they do? They basically, don't go out, don't move. All women who are going to give birth on that night, we're going to sew you up. We're going to sew you up. We don't know what will happen if a baby's head appears at the year 2000. We don't know what to do. It was incredible. Don't move. Giant ticks could invade at any second. What a bunch of crap. So the entire country stays home to watch other people celebrate around the world. So I'm sitting there at 9 in the morning going, it's Afghanistan and nothing is happening. And I'm going, they're partying, and in Chicago it's like, well, we're going to have some, it's going to be a special time for us at home.
Yeah.
And in Afghanistan, they can even rub two sticks together. They were having more fun than us.
And if there's no problems in Afghanistan, I guess we would have been okay.
But figure it out. But nobody came out.
Right.
Nobody came out. It's still like, we're the ones who could screw up. 7-year-olds left alone in a closet do not have the paranoid vision that we came up with for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we all had this apocalyptic vision that planes out of the sky, buildings blowing up, anarchy in the streets.
I did this thing, and it turned out to be true. I did this thing on when we had our Millennium Special on The Daily Show. One of the few things that I really was pleased with, I did a thing about the fact that it already occurred. What were they talking? The apocalypse. This is it. Hello?
Yeah,
it occurred about 3.5 years ago, And what's the big change going to be? More channels, more crap on television. The raw sewage network. That'll be the big change. We've got to the point where the attention deficit disorder has attention deficit disorder. We were just so screwed up we didn't even notice. Oh, we were embracing. Oh, look, it's going to be a wonderful day. Look at this.
I might like the raw sewage channel. You know something? There'd probably be a night where I'd sit there and go, look at the way it flows. I mean, it's beautiful.
Why not?
I would watch the Raw Sewage Channel.
Too funny.
But it was, and then the whole concept of the terrorists terrorizing.
Yes,
New York.
they welded the manhole cover shut in Times Square to get rid of those subterranean. What was that movie, Chud? Remember that? They thought Chud was going to invade Times Square. You know, carnivorous humanoid underground dwellers. I think it was Chud.
Good. That's frightening that you remember that.
Yeah, yes, it is.
It is. God, I can't remember what happened Thursday.
Well, he hasn't used all his veins yet. Well, that's why.
I'm injecting directly into the retina right now. Yeah, they welded the manhole cover shut. And then, you know what's really frightening? They installed, hundreds of surveillance cameras in Times Square for the millennium to thwart the terrorists that were going to strike. They're not taking them down.
No.
They are not removing these things.
No.
This is new cameras that are all over. There's cameras everywhere. You ever notice you can't be on the streets without being on some camera? There's cameras in the stores, cameras on the streets, by the lights. There's cameras everywhere.
Is that right? They put them up and they're not taking them down?
They ain't taking them down.
Oh, that's perfect.
Hell no.
Ant was the only New Yorker in Times Square for the big celebration.
I wasn't in Times Square. I was high above Times Square.
Where were you?
I was in this building on the 35th floor.
Oh, really?
Oh, what a view. Oh, it was fantastic. I crashed the party. I swear to God. I'm walking around. I went upstairs. There's a sign said, Party 2000. Like, that's for me. I walked in.
Is that right?
I was like, hey, how you doing? They're like, hey, you want a drink? Yeah, sure. We just hung out. It was amazing.
The best was your pass, though. The hotel you were staying at actually gave out passes.
Yeah, because the security in Manhattan, the security was amazing. If you were in New York City on New Year's Eve, you could not walk block to block without a hall pass like in school. No. I got one. The Parker Meridian had to hand me a pass that I had to give to police officers at roadblocks. Saying, here I just got to pee. I'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Let me raise my hand.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I just don't understand why terrorists would terrorize New York. It's kind of redundant. You know? Why would you terrorize a city that, we do professionally? Our mayor terrorizes us. Okay? What do you need somebody coming in? You're going to go be a terrorist, terrorize a place where they're going to notice. You know? If they blow a couple of buildings, you would go, ooh, it's a view. I wonder what they're going to build there next.
The buildings fall down on their own around here. A bunch of friggin' whatever the hell that was. Ooh, the guys that tried to blow up the World Trade Center.
Oh, those,
truckload of explosives in the basement. Boom. The thing shakes, a few windows break, some smoke. It doesn't fall down. They move a crane wrong in Times Square. Chunks of building are taking out the elderly. You're right. Why bother with the terrorism? It just happens on its own around here.
Its own. I mean, the best. This is when I knew I'd truly made the transition. That thing about you walk by the homeless, you don't see them. But no, I was in a subway about 7 years ago, going downtown from a club uptown, and we stop at 14th Street, and they announce the doors open. They go, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is 14th Street, and there's apparently a bomb on board this train. Would you please exit immediately? And nobody moved. Nobody moved. I didn't even get up. I didn't want to. I just sat there and went, well, yeah, right.
Yeah, we've heard it before. Yeah, if you're a New Yorker, you've heard it all.
It's kind of like show us, okay?
Yeah, show us.
That apparently word.
I'm not giving up my seat. Show us.
And I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's not on my car. I've only got people going, I've only got 2 stops to go. Let's give it a run.
Yeah. I'm willing to take a chance.
Oh, very good.
But anyway, it was just that it was so brutal, that whole experience, that it was I was a kid. I'm old enough so that I looked to the millennium as really being God, I'm going to be born in
right.
A lifetime, and this is going to happen. They're constantly telling you, you're going to live to be the year 2000. And 2001, the movie came out, and I did enough drugs then that I think part of my brain is still left there with him in the pod. But that's another story. But you kind of anticipate this, and and I just felt like, once again I'm a sucker.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker.
I
bought it, and then they crushed me. And I performed that night. 28 people in Chicago showed up. 28, and that's a room of fun people when they're sitting around the room, and they're thinking, God, I think I made a terrible mistake. I said it would have been more fun running around the room lifting them and guessing their weight.
Which was the second show, right?
Yeah.
That was the second show for you.
It was extraordinary. I could not. But here's Christmas Eve. About 6 years ago, I was performing yet again. Because it was when I was really up again. And I thought, okay, sure, I'll take on the baby Jesus. And it was 3 people in Washington D.C.
Oh my God!
Wow. 3 people in the audience, and the guy made us perform. He was paying me. He said, "No, you're going to perform." So
couldn't you just take him for a ride in your car?
Exactly.
It'd be a little more interesting,
Put him in the back seat.
Put him in the back seat and do your act.
It's exactly it. First 2 comics went up and performed. I go up. I'm 8 minutes into the act, and one of the guys leaves the room. He walks.
That's 33% of your audience.
And I turned to the audience and I said, "Aren't you glad that prick is gone?"
The audience, the couple.
I said, isn't this great? It's just us now. Thank God, he was bringing this room so down.
That's awful.
I went and sat at the table. I did table comedy.
Oh, that's classic.
I just sat with them.
You might as well at that point.
Just talk to them.
Why be on the stage? Why are you any better than them?
And then I thought it was depressing for me. But this guy it was like, if you were a comic, this club was heaven. It ran in Washington for a while. It was downstairs was a strip club.
Yeah.
Next floor with great food, which is where they'd serve you the food. So you get up for dinner, and then it'd be.
Well, he's a little leery of the strip clubs that serve food.
Well, it's free, so you go. And then, it's the second floor was a sports bar, and then the comedian. So I mean, it was like you never. I said if you had a bed here, I'd never leave.
Sure, why not?
But I went downstairs, and there was, I had 2 for my show, and I go downstairs. They had 1 person. One person. It's Christmas Eve and there's decorations up.
Who goes to the strip joint on Christmas Eve?
Well, I thought, there'd be some nice Jewish girls doing it.
Hanukkah thing. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes, sirree. And now Sheila in the buff will light the candles.
We feel like we were. We feel like we were robbed though for the millennium. I don't know. As a kid. I don't know one person that didn't sit there and do the math and figure out how old you were going to be. In the year 2000, the movies they showed you, like 2001 A Space Odyssey. They got a year to build that big wheel and send a ship to Jupiter. Yeah. 1 year. 2001. Where are our flying cars? Where are the jetpacks we saw at the World's Fair?
Yeah.
Nothing.
The robots for our houses.
We're still driving internal combustion automobiles. Oh, sure, they look a little flashier.
And what do we get? Cell phones.
Yeah.
We get the total detritus, the crap of the whole heap.
So people can't drive the internal combustion cars because they're friggin' on the cell phones. They can't dial.
And they can't get enough information on the cell phones. I look at those things now. Now you can get the web. I mean, it's like, what? And a TV. There's one now with a TV.
Yeah, that's it. It's like Spock's tricorder now, for God's sake. You can see where the little beast is behind the rock. Exactly, on your cell phone. Unbelievable. But everywhere else we got rooked. Yeah. I thought we'd be flying around in those Jetsons cars by now.
Yeah, nothing. It was nothing. We got crap. And then they take away the fun. They take away the fun, boy.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that? There was no drinking in Times Square.
Yeah.
They corralled the people up in what amounted to cages.
Yes.
They caged them in between the blocks where they couldn't move for 9 or 10 hours.
Well, I don't. What? How much brain power do you have to be standing on like one of those cross streets, packed in where you're not even seeing.
You can't even see what's going on.
You can't even see. At least if you're in New Orleans and you got like a drink in your hand, sure. But and people were packed in there at like 7. What did they do from 7 to 12? I do not. If I went through my life. I would have to go through my life a billion times. I would have to make stuff up. I'd have to pretend things.
Yeah, now you're talking to people. I mean...
And you're not sitting down. It's freezing.
Yeah.
What in the name of God?
No booze. And you know how interesting people are when you're not drunk.
When you're not drunk for 5 straight hours.
For 5 hours, someone you don't know.
Well, we're convinced Katie got her booze, though.
Katie Couric looked a little...
She looked blitzed.
The news just went crazy on that
right? I missed it.
The coverage was astounding. Tom Brokaw, nightly news. Just seeing him try to say the word millennium had me dying. And Katie Couric, I don't know if she's a lady that likes to drink. in my professional drinking opinion, the woman was smashed.
Is that right?
She's on Times Square. She's on Times Square, literally on Times Square, laying down. I mean, at one point, she looked that snotted.
No.
Yeah.
And she was so depressed that nothing was going on with the white.
Yeah, all the news people freaked out because nothing happened.
Nothing happened. The pigs. You got people. You know, in 12:01, people are huddled around their dishwashers. You know, weeping with joy. Look, it started again. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. And then these, and then you get these. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I had a thought. I thought I could back one thought with another, and then all of a sudden,
it's Y2K. I watched
the flames occur. I thought, my God, it was a good thought.
I think we need to take a break.
Oh, look at the
Are you
time.
performing? Because I know you're performing here, obviously, but someone's on the line. Where's Lewis Black performing next?
I'm at the Gotham Comedy Club tonight at 8:30 and 11, and then the next tomorrow night at 8:30 and 11.
Okay.
Yeah. There's at 22nd between 5th and 6th.
Cool. All right.
A stalker.
Lewis loves talking about current events. If you got something, give us a call. 212-757-1027.
Opie, Anthony, 1027 WNEW.
1027 WNEW. It's Opie and Anthony and Lewis Black from Comedy Central in the studio from The Daily Show.
I tell him to hold that thought because we were having a little conversation during the commercials, but I'm sure he probably forgot what he was going to say already.
I had 5 others.
And you never know who's going to check in on the radio show, Anthony.
Yes.
Our buddy, our pal. Not that Lewis isn't our pal, Anthony. Of course he is as well.
Yes, he is.
Jay Mohr, live from Hollywood, checking in today. Jay!
What is up?
Hey, Jay. Jay,
Who's that half-breed? I want to talk to the half-breed.
Oh, my God. Wait, who are you talking about?
The Rock, the half-breed. There's only one half-breed out stuffing his Samoan face. The Rock.
Now, how the hell...
A little tension there yesterday, gentlemen.
How the hell did you find out there in Hollywood?
You guys are blowing up. You guys have no idea how big you guys are blowing up. I get status reports from, like, my little moles I got planted throughout the city.
So you heard about...
Mike DiNicola, who's a comedian.
Yeah.
I got him. I told him about the gay phone sex with Marco. He didn't believe me. So he listened. He started listening when you guys replayed it on the Worst Of.
Yeah.
And now he's listening every day.
Jay, I got something for you on that call. Now Boston has heard that.
Really?
Yeah, they're starting to play our bits up in Boston. We sent that one off. They loved it.
I'm telling you, you guys are blowing up. You're a phenomenon.
We almost blew up yesterday, man.
Oh, my God.
We were scared
The
assholes.
Rock versus Sick Boy is not exactly a fair fight. Like me and Rick, that could last about a minute.
We were hoping to have your wrestling skills in the studio yesterday, man.
Not against that half-breed.
We needed something.
I don't think The Rock's going to like you, Jay, if you keep calling him a half-breed.
Right now.
Yeah.
Can't really think of anything funny right now. I just woke up. I'm unemployed. My wife and I slept till 12:30. She goes, "What's wrong with us?" I go, "We're unemployed." That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Anything in the works there, Jay?
Yeah, a lot of things in the works. That's the problem with Hollywood. You got 17 things in the works.
Yeah, it's a fake.
About a month goes by and you realize, no, one of them came to freaking tuition.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, I thought I was right on the cusp of 17 projects. Turns out I'm a dick. Wow, they gave that part to the lead singer of Sugar Ray. Yeah, he's got acting chops. I understand that.
God damn.
Charlie's Angel. I went in for Charlie's Angels, and the director, I'm taking a piss after the, it wasn't even an audition. I just went in and met them. And the guy goes, let's play Lucy Lou's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And the director in the room in front of everybody's like, oh, it's going to be great. So what do you think, Lucy Lou, huh? Huh? And I go, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I just want to be in the movie. I think it's such a great script. You know, I'm saying all the right things.
Right.
Such a great script.
And I go to the bathroom. It was a funny script. It was like James Bond meets Austin. It was really crazy. It didn't take itself seriously. Anyway, I'm in the bathroom taking a leak, and the guy, like, comes in right behind me. And he's like, so what do we got to do to make this happen? I'm like taking a leak. I'm like, what do you mean? You know? And so we're just standing there peeing, and I'm like, no, hey, man, I just want to be in the film. I think it's really funny, and I think it's going to be really fun, and I want to work. And he's like, we got to make it happen. This is great. And then he leaves. Like a month goes by. I really didn't hear anything, mate. It's like, oh, they gave it to Sugar Ray.
They really did?
What happened to peeing side by side, touching elbows, holding our acorns?
Sugar Ray. Oh,
at least he didn't give it to a half-breed.
Look at you all.
John Rocker when you need him. That would have been great.
Yeah, if we had John Rocker in here. All of a sudden,
John Rocker would have fought him.
all of a sudden, a professional wrestler is becoming very political.
You know what we should have done? Like a we, like I'm sitting right next to you guys. That's the love of the Opie and Anthony. That's the love of the show. I'm 3,000 miles away, and I just said we, like we're just sitting.
See? Exactly. We got so many emails that said Jay should have been there to smooth things over.
I would have punched him right in his half-breed. You think I'm going to lose a fight to a half-breed? I got a half-breed. They're not smart. They lack the necessary intelligent tools. That's why they're not in the front office, you know.
You're going to be on Extra tonight, man.
I'm going to be on Nightline.
Jay Mohr's racist remarks about The Rock.
Hey, we should have fixed him up with Jasmine St. Clair.
That twat. God damn.
Oh, man, what a great couple they could be. The Rock and the whore.
She pissed me off that day, man.
She pissed me off, and I'm like more into porno than all of you combined. Well, not Anthony, but Anthony watches so much porno. He rented one and didn't rewind it all the way, and when he hit play, he recognized the guy by his balls. That's when you know you watch too much porno. Hey, is Lewis Black in there?
Yeah.
I love Lewis Black.
Well, let's not get that. I can't believe you're screaming like this, and I'm going to walk out of the studio
and get hit in the
I'm
head.
the one who's going to get shot.
Well, you're the one that's saying it all. Lewis Black, curly black hair, glasses, probably wearing a nice suit. You can catch him right above the Brooklyn Diner. Get him! Lewis, I got a lot of weight in the tri-state area, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at? Are you in town? Are you working in town?
Yeah, I'm at Gotham tonight.
New York, go see Lewis Black. One of Jay Mohr's favorite comics. Yeah, I just spoke up about myself in the third person. You get
Just like The Rock.
The Rock does that.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what time in L.A. does
because he's not
to
that
you.
intelligent, because he's a half-breed. Like, why did he pick a name like The Rock? It's not The Rock. It's easy to remember.
Dumbass.
The Rock. Hey, Lewis, they had, you know that girl that did the 300-guy gangbang?
Yeah.
They had her in studio.
We had her in.
No.
And she was so mean.
She was a miserable bitch.
What's up next for you? Why do you care? What? I mean, and there's a word for her.
Snottiest bitch.
It was, yeah, but I think it began with a C.
Yeah.
Yeah, the C word.
Or K if you do it. It's the comedy K word.
Yeah. You're the Rock
you
and
say
you're trying
K.
to spell it. You're a half-breed.
Hey, Jay, when are you coming back to New York?
February, I'm doing Rascals in Carolina.
All right, because everyone's asking.
I don't want to take attention away from the fact that Lewis Black, one of my favorite comics, is at Gotham tonight.
Hey, fly us out so we can do like a live Opie and Anthony show from your crib.
I'll fly you guys.
Fly us out. He's unemployed, man. Come on. Sugar Ray is...
I'm doing a gig down here. I got a tour deal down here.
Jay, the show was good. I like the show.
Thanks,
The
pal.
one they screwed you on.
Yeah, I think everyone liked
I
that.
said, you know when they dropped the ball in Times Square for the Millennium?
Yeah.
If the show was still on the air, Fox would have put us on opposite that. I love Lewis Black. Big Lewis Black fan.
Hey, Jay, before we let you go, what's your opinion on the whole Bill Parcells thing, man? Everyone talking about the Jet situation.
Well, I think Belichick's kind of a fag. And you know what? He's not a very good head coach anyway. He's a great defensive mind.
Well, he's gone.
But he's never been a great head coach.
No.
And the excuses he used were so pathetic. The fact that he compared the Browns moving in the dead of night to Baltimore and changing coaches and stadiums, comparing that to Leon Hess dying, comparing the two situations as the craziness when owners die or move.
Yeah.
It's just so ludicrous. And the fact that he accepted a 2-year extension on his contract so no other team could talk to him. If he goes to the Patriots, they'll be in litigation for a very long time. I think we should get Ditka.
You think? Ditka's...
No, I just hope...
God, I was getting scared there for a second.
You know what I'm hoping is that Parcells is up in the front office and they do like a coach hunt, and like nothing's really working out, and then Parcells just goes, hey, you know what? Give me the reins. One more year.
I'm going.
You want a ring? I'm sick of it. Give me the team, Norton. I'm going in.
I'm saving the team.
Watch out, Norton. Vinny back. Norton, my friend, I'm coaching the Jets. Lewis Black, fuck is that Gotham, Norton? We gotta go. Hey, Ralph.
Don't be too sure, Ralph. I ain't got no hairpin.
I got a kern.
A kern.
I love you guys.
Show. All right, Jay.
Jay, take care.
I'll fly you out, Coach. You might have to sit in the same seat. Who was black? One of the best comics going.
You better get your ass in the studio.
Who was black?
You better get in here.
Sit at home and watch some half-breed. Jasmine St. Clair and The Rock. Did you take this half-breed to be sloppy 370 seconds? See you later, guys. I love you.
All right. John Rocker, everyone. John Rocker. There you go.
That was funny.
The guy's out of his mind. What a life he's living.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ. Out there
I
in
didn't think it was
Hollywood.
funny, though. It's a good script, Charlie's Angels. You go, that's when you know they've lost their mind. Well, it was kind of a combination of Austin Powers and Tweety Pie screwed the cat. Okay, great. I mean, it's because they've got you out there and you're kind of going, okay, what do we got? Anything? We got anything?
I'll take it.
Wait a sec. So you want me to host a Tupperware party? Great. No problem. What's the pay? $200,000? Fine. Be me. It'll be, and then, what's your name? Florence Henderson. That'll be fabulous. I don't mind.
I'm in.
An hour special. A couple of Christmas songs, then we do the Tupperware. They're coming in colors.
Oh, man.
I said that place when he started to talk. The thing about going in there, you know, he says you have the 17 projects. It's literally, it's fake meetings, fake lunches, you know, fake projects. It's all the only thing that's real is and you start to doubt it, is the food. Yes, so, you know, we're going to be talking. I went to 3 meetings out there. They were completely clinically insane. And you kind of sit there and you got to keep your mouth shut. And I've never, literally, part of the reason my career kind of has taken forever to even move by an inch is that I go to these things initially, you know, about 15 years ago, and I'm going, are you insane?
You can't say that.
Yeah, no.
They take it personally.
And then they go, you know, and there was somebody who was, you know, it was somebody, and I must have been 35 at this point, but I was sitting with the person, and the person was talking about something, and I looked and said, how old are you? And she said, well, I'm 23. I said, well, why am I listening to you? I said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Yeah, we know that. Like, you've been in those meetings where you sit down, the first minute, you realize, oh, my God, this is a complete waste of friggin' time. Yeah. And now you just got to sit and phase out.
And nod a lot.
And hours go by. Yeah. And they're just feeding you lines of crap. You're like, oh.
Yeah, you know, it's unbelievable.
But in our case, we believed them, and that's why we're here. What the hell were we thinking that day?
And then before you know it, you're doing afternoon drive at NEW. Jesus Christ, what happened?
You know, they're going, you know, would you like more tea? That's the high point of the meeting. We're going to have dessert. You're thinking dessert. We're going to get dessert.
I think we took this job because the lunch was really good that they gave us that day.
That's after the
nice lunch. That was it.
But out there, they come up, you ask for a tea, and then they bring you something that tastes like peach, and that's bull. You know, it's like, stop it. I asked for tea, well, it's our peach infusion. You know, stop it already. You guys have way too much time on your hands out here.
That's California.
Oh, what a slime bucket hole. It just gets worse and worse. I stayed at a hotel out there, and it was so hip, it gave you a headache the moment you walked in. You know, there's some of those. There's a Mondrian. I didn't stay there, but have you ever been in that one?
Oh, yeah. I stayed there, actually.
Yeah, it looks like
Sunset Boulevard, right?
Yeah, they dress them up like they're communist Chinese. You know, the revolution is over, jackass. Mao is dead. You know, put on some clothes.
Yeah, they put Opie over there, and they put me at the Hyatt across the street. I'm like, great, he stays at this upper crust. I like my hotel better.
I would have rather been at the Hyatt that day.
No kidding.
The Hyatt's a great place in L.A.
Well, no, but as opposed to hotels that just are, you know, that you go in and the light is so bad. You know, the light's so psychotic and everything you see. No, that's good. An orange pillar in the middle of the room for no apparent reason. Oh, yeah, when they're making a statement, it's really...
Louis, hey, if you're going with a girl, you'll find something to do with that orange pillar.
Yeah.
Louis, speaking of the Hyatt, do you know the story of the comedian that jumped from the roof?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, how does that story go?
That was the guy that was at the Comedy Store.
Right.
He did a set over there, bombed, and then went to the top of the Hyatt on Sunset and jumped off and hit, like, the driveway that goes up between the Comedy Store and the Hyatt.
He was trying to land in front of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, he wanted to really make
You never heard that story?
He bombed and he jumped off the roof.
Jumped off the roof.
A comedian after a set.
And now supposedly he's haunting the Comedy Store also.
Yeah, like everyone else.
Yeah, right.
Plenty of ghosts in the Comedy Store.
Man, what an idea. Boy, there's somebody. Oh, God. That's perfect. But for the grace of God.
Are we allowed to bring a naked woman in here for you today? Or?
Sure, why not?
Want to see one?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got.
Yeah, why not? Very businesslike.
Yeah, but what happened? There's no lesbian thing, right? My friends are going to be really disappointed.
I know.
You know?
There was, no, we didn't have another girl.
This girl's supposedly really cool. Does she need music to get naked or anything? Or no, all right, very good.
They just show up?
Yeah, they just show up.
You know, what is the concept? What is the deal behind this? I mean, I know I hear these things go on here every time. Usually it's the day after I come up.
Right.
Oh, my God. You came in Friday, but on Monday, Pepe La Conga was here. You know, the conga player. And we had 3 goats, and then 2 women came in and did some stuff that was absolutely spectacular.
You have
How
missed
do you
it all.
get them? What, you mean they just kind of fly? You're like, let's go uptown.
Well, in this case,
they just show up.
In this case, we plugged some website. We didn't even know we were plugging it, and all of a sudden the guy wants to, give us a little thank you, a little how you doing.
Another gift from the World Wide Web.
Oh, man.
So you perform in front of 3 people on Christmas Eve, and we're looking at gas.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. If you want to talk to Lewis, a bunch of people want to talk to you as well, Lewis. 212-757-1027. 27 WNEW. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Hey! Lewis Black taking a quick break. He'll be back in a second here.
Yeah.
Lots to do. What a surprise. Jay Mohr calling in today, Anthony.
Very good friend of the show.
Always a pleasure when he calls into our radio show.
Home from his digs out in L.A.
That's right.
Man, what a life.
I guess we're going to replay the uncomfortable moment from yesterday's show.
Oh, yeah.
After this next segment with Lewis Black. So, like early in the 5 o'clock hour, very early in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll do that. In case you missed it yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know if I could sit through it.
Seems like everyone is talking about it today in New York, even though we're trying to move on with other things.
Yeah, a lot of people emailing me links to websites that are talking about it. So, yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people, though, emailing and calling saying, man, my friend called me, said it was, like, so freaking uncomfortable. It was train wreck radio. It was just unbelievable, but I didn't get to hear it. Could you guys replay it? So I guess we'll put ourselves on the line one more time and play it.
Yeah.
All right? But here he comes, Lewis Black, once again.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
That's quite all right.
We wanted to go
nature calls.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Brian, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Listen, I want to know one thing. First of all, I think you're great, Lewis.
Thank you.
But what do you think about that pitcher from the Braves?
Jackass to the 50th power.
Unbelievable, right?
No, it's perfect. It's just perfect. And I had to watch the Mets play Atlanta in Atlanta.
Oh. Yeah.
During that playoff, and he came out, and I said, I said, the guy. First off, when you bear a child that looks like Scooby Doo, there's going to be a problem.
That guy's a mutt.
It's unbelievable.
But also, listen, I wanted to know if I can send out an FU.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sure.
And it's someone that you personally know, Opie, I'm sure.
All right.
Your little Jesus freak from Huntington with that 8-foot cross on the back of the truck.
Oh, that guy.
What
that
is
guy?
up with that?
I've yelled at that guy a bunch of times.
I'm hanging out smoking a cigar at the cigar shop.
This guy has, like, Jesus say, you got to see the display this guy has.
In Huntington, I mean, he has totally made the commitment to Christ.
What is his story?
I don't know. I want to get him on the show or something.
Let me tell you something.
He takes up all the great parking spaces on Main Street in Huntington with this.
With a big truck.
Yeah, it's a truck. It has a trailer. It has, like, an 8-foot, like, cross.
Big cross.
And
He's got a
sign about the
cross.
Holocaust is coming.
Right, the Holocaust is coming. I forgot
Because
about
of the
that part.
Clintons.
Yeah.
But unbelievable.
Well, it's actually it's the Holocaust is coming. It's a TV series.
Right.
It's a continuous. That's what he's advertising.
With Charlie's Angels.
It's brilliant marketing by the WB. Actually, it's not a freak.
You know what I've realized? The more into being a Jesus freak you are, it's only means the more of a sexual alcoholic deviant you were a few years before.
Exactly.
Like the more you are into it and preaching and putting crosses on your car. This guy must have been like screwing girls at the elementary school while down in Jack Daniels. like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, like
to get to the point where you got to feel you got to drive around with a crucifix, an 8-foot crucifix.
It's actually standing?
Yes.
I thought it was like.
Oh no, it's standing.
Oh please.
Up there. When you get to that point, man, you're trying to make reparations.
That's a great point, because there's a new women's group out there. It's Born Again Virgins.
Yeah.
How bad were those women that they have
Slut bags.
Yeah.
Should be called slut bags.
Huh? There's a new group. They're called Born Again Virgins, and it's a woman's group.
No girl with ordinary sexual activity feels, I better become a virgin. When you've had more in and outs than the Lincoln Tunnel, then you start thinking, oh, maybe I could join a group where it'll grow back. Yeah, and you know who brings you a new hymen? The Easter Bunny. Yeah, because it's true. It can happen. You could be a virgin again. Get out of here. There's no chance. Doesn't happen twice. You lost it once.
Anthony, what's up?
What's up, guys? O&A, how you doing?
Good. We have Lewis Black in the studio today.
Lewis Black, you're incredible. I watch you on Daily Show as much as I can.
Thank you.
I have a question about the little Cubano that they're sending back. How do you feel about that?
I think we should get something for him.
At least a box of cigars, right?
A couple of pictures.
I was going to say a couple draft picks would be nice.
The Mets could use a couple of left-handers.
Exactly. You don't give him up for nothing.
We call him Raft Boy.
Yeah.
And this poor Sab, is he going to grow up to be a bitter man, this kid? After seeing America and all the Christmas gifts from all over the country that he
was in America, a sympathetic little a kid that got a lot of sympathy there during Christmas, toys. Now he's going to go back to Cuba and live the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah,
wait, what happened?
No.
Wait, last year, I remember around this time, I got a hell of a lot of cool stuff.
That's when you go into, that's when you start reading about, you pick up a paper, 11 years from now, and you read about a transvestite hooker named Manuel.
Formerly Raft Boy. Now Raft Chick. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, man. Do you have any thoughts on that, the hijacking? The puke plane, as we like to call it?
Oh, man.
That'd be rough.
I'm really glad that the other countries in the world, India has India, they hijack a plane about every 8 minutes, apparently. It's like, how come this is the first one we heard of? Oh, boy, this happens all the time. Yeah. We don't worry.
And no one really cared.
Nobody cared at all.
It really didn't make much news. I mean, whenever there's a hijacking, I usually can turn on CNN, and you'll see footage from the tarmac. You'll see the real telephoto view of the whole thing. Nothing. We barely got an artist rendering in the paper.
The Indians don't negotiate, so there was nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? It's not like we're asking for this and we're going to do that. There was no other side.
Yeah.
It's kind of, okay, bye. Quiet.
And tell them all. Who cares? Yeah. And they said bye to the hijackers. Didn't they get away scot-free?
Yeah. They walked off the plane.
Walked, right?
Yep.
They got some stuff. They walked off the plane. They killed a guy. They killed one of the passengers.
Yeah.
Greg, you're next.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right.
Lewis,
yeah.
What is on the back of your mind about this 54-year-old woman having triplets?
Yeah, that hit the paper today.
I missed that.
I didn't hear that one either.
There's a lady, where in Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around here.
That is impossible. That's got to be some sort of a circus act thing. She's 36 in makeup. You can't be 64.
54 having triplets.
54. Yeah. That's insane.
Poor kid. Coming out must have been like going down one of those slip and slides without the water on. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm coughing up a lung. Wow.
That had to hurt.
That's good.
But, I mean, usually, too, they give them those fertility pills, so that doesn't really... Those kids are all going to be waddy-headed cephalic. They're going to have to be propped up somehow, because you can't... If you had one of them, you'd be lucky if the kid could walk. What are these three going to be? Well, let's see. Let's divide the IQ into thirds. We got a 19 IQ, so we got a 6, a 6, and a 7. God in heaven, what are people thinking?
I'm not too comfortable when Mom has to go to the parent-teacher conference and she's 102. Jesus, man. Have some sympathy for the kid. That's like Tony Randall. Mr. Father of the Year. He's like almost 80 years old and he's having another infant. Jeez, man.
Did she have other kids?
I don't know. I just saw the headline. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother with this one.
Yeah, but I had to ask.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had to ask, to probe a little deeper into the story.
She probably has like a 35-year-old kid.
Yeah, really. Take care of your brother. Your baby brother needs a changing. Jeez, man.
Where did that take place? In the South? Or no?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Of all places. Yeah.
Well, have you ever been in the woods in Connecticut?
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's a little scary. Woman felt her biological sundial running out.
What else is in the news? The Clintons did a one-nighter, I guess.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, like he's going to spend 2 nights in a row in Westchester.
That must have been a nice little evening, because it was him, Hillary, and his mother-in-law. That must be comfortable when he bumps into her in the robe, What was that? Going through there. Oh, yeah, it's the guy that got his Schwinky waxed.
We saw things that we haven't seen in 18 years. Yeah, like probably your Spunsta. He was locked in there. There wasn't a lot. How many rooms? She's stuck. And she comes. This has got to stop. Somebody has got to pull her aside. If you watched her, or maybe I'm just losing my grip, but I was watching her yesterday in that interview, and she's talking. She is completely detached. It's like somebody is funneling a voice through her at this point. She has absolutely there's no meshing of her emotion and who there's nothing. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like a cyborg or something.
She is, isn't it? It's like a Stepford one. That would be a good senator. Yeah. That would be good for all of us. And then she kind of does that creepy smile.
And she's got nothing to back it up. Like anything. She doesn't have really any plan or anything. She just says, vote me in, be good.
Be good.
That's it.
But those bug eyes of hers.
And then they're going to give him $10 million. Did you read that one?
Yeah, a job on Wall Street, right?
A job on Wall Street. Because, he's so smart. He's so damn smart. Out of that, he parlays that into a $10 million. It is not right. Oh, that's just saying. You look at the man did that while in office. Guess what? He's an idiot. Okay? Let him near money. Let him wave at people. Let him touch behinds. That's
a job on Wall Street?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that what he's getting?
Oh, yeah.
So how do you think he'll get into where? The subway?
Oh, yeah, the subway. They'll chop her in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And what did you think of Donald Trump running to be the...
what a joke.
That's a goof.
I can't believe they're reporting this as a real story.
Are there no adults left in the room?
Right.
Isn't there somebody, like in their late 70s, a little class, a little wit, and a little wisdom, take him into a small room. Donald, come here. Guess what? No. Don't talk. No. Okay? That's it. No.
He's got all his yes men. I would love to see him get in just so you could hear the press go, and here's Donald Trump taking his wife to the 7th grade. There he is. First lady ever that's still in junior high. You see his little chippy?
Yeah.
Looks like one of his daughter's model friends.
Yeah, it's insane.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then when I actually heard he was running, my teeth tried to reach around to eat my brain. That was my first reaction. What a guy thinks he's a self-made man. What horse. His father's like one of the richest men ever.
Yeah.
Built all of these buildings in New York. Donald Trump's father could have chosen not to have children and had a chimp that just crapped its cage for 40 years, and that chimp would be worth as much as Donald is today. Okay?
I'd sooner vote for the chimp.
Are you kidding me? I want a chimp as president. I want Scooter, and I think it'd be great. And then you turn on, and we'd have, like in the White House, you just turn it on, and he'd be running around. It'd be
hysterical. Just an out-of-control chimp running around the Oval Office.
Really? With a couple of trainers who chase him.
State of the Union address, he's just crapping and spanking one out on the desk.
It'd be perfect.
I thought we were talking about the monkey. Mark, what's up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Lewis. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, Lewis, I think you're greatest here on Comedy Central.
Well, thanks.
Wondering what your opinion was of NASA's repeated success with surveying Mars.
I love it. It's my favorite stuff. Because eventually we're going to find out where it went, and that'll be well, I won't, but our children's children will discover where it is.
It'll just be a huge pile of crap on Mars.
I want them to keep shooting stuff up there, because eventually we're going to find. I like the idea of space travel. That's all. I was born and raised in the suburbs. What does that prepare you for? Space travel. Okay, after you live there, after you live in a place that has no real place. It's not a place, the suburbs. So the next place is Mars or any other place, any other kind of a lonely planet. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't believe they can't get another. Remember how excited we all were with that first little Tonka toy thing driving around on Mars?
Yeah.
They can't do it again.
Yeah.
That just shows you what a fluke that first one was.
Yeah.
If it was real at all.
Also, the idea of that they're going to, when they were saying, they're going to send somebody up in a certain amount of time is really bad. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They can't get a piece of hardware up there.
They can't get that little thing there. They're going to send a guy?
Oh, man.
Where are you? Venus, you idiot.
I've always loved NASA, though. I always loved that crap. Because at least it's directed towards something other than, than hurting us. Says Lewis, and let me say peace and love to you all. I have lost my mind. I can't believe I just said that. That's worse than swearing.
We're trying to get the naked girl in, but we're having too much fun here. David, real fast, what do you have for Lewis Black?
Well, from what I hear, some of the Jenny Craig franchisees want to boycott the Lewinsky ads.
Well, they should.
That's what they're saying.
They absolutely should.
Well, the way I see it, she's a fat chick. She's losing weight. It's, it works.
But we haven't seen her ass yet. I'm pissed. She was on Larry King for all that time the other night. She didn't stand up to let us check out that ass.
That's true. I think they're paying her to lose weight.
$1 million.
$1 million a pound?
No, 10,000 a pound.
10,000 a pound?
Yeah, because she needs to lose 100.
And then you pay me $10,000 a pound, I won't eat.
Exactly. $10,000 a pound. You pay me that, and I'll learn how to blow myself. Did that.
All right, guys. I love the show.
All right, bye.
Okay.
Yeah, she should have that diet, a shake in the morning, shake in the afternoon, and eat an unsensible president for dinner. Should be her little slug line.
All right. I think Lewis performed enough for us today. Now we could give him his reward.
Yes, a little payback.
All right.
This girl's from ruse.com, Rick.
You don't sound like one of those strip club DJs. Now making her way to the Opie Adler Show, live from Miami, Florida. You might recognize her as one of the Miami Dolphin cheerleaders. Wow. Yeah.
Very nice. It's rouse.com, ROUZE.com. And Christy's in the studio. Christy.
Who's the dude?
Hi.
Who is the dude? Are you the guy that runs the site?
I'm an editor at the site.
Editor at the site.
Well, you always get a little nervous when a guy walks in.
You don't have any racist comments on your website, do you?
About The Rock?
Because if you do,
I don't say anything bad about The Rock.
Because if you have racist comments on your website, we're going to have to tell you to go home.
Yeah, or you might piss off Lewis.
Happy.
Lewis is going to leave. So they go, oh, wait a minute, your website, I've seen it there, and you have nothing written about Lewis Black. I'm leaving.
I'm going to start crying.
So without boring the audience, what's rouse.com all about? Real fast.
Basically the first online destination site for men.
Okay.
Which basically we're kind of like Maxim in our content, but we have free email, we have stock quotes, we have naked girls.
Yeah.
A different one each week, which is our strongest selling point.
I guess.
And we can't believe Luba did not take it off for you guys.
Yeah, Luba was on this show. This girl, she was all sweet and innocent right off the boat from Russia, right, Lewis?
Yeah.
We didn't even get a nip at her, right?
No.
What's the problem? She came in to be lesbian for a day and all that, real shy. A bunch of our listeners email us, dude, you got to check out the naked pictures of Luba. This website had just tons of pictures. So she didn't want to get naked for us, but she's naked for the whole world out there on the internet.
And what is it? Is it Rouse? What is the thing?
Rouse.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got it.
R-O-U.
That's what we're going for.
ROUZE.com. Well, Christy, you want to get naked for Louis Black?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Stand up on the chair?
This is radio.
Yeah, I know.
She actually said.
I know. This is psychotic.
Well, we're taping it. We'll put it on the unofficial website.
That'll be good. My mother will be thrilled.
All right. Well,
all of a sudden, my mother will go on the web for the first time ever.
All right. Make sure Louis isn't in the shot.
Yeah, my mother finally got like web TV for Christmas.
Right. He'll never turn up in anything. This is it. This is where the court case comes. Lou's career was doing really well. Then he was on the Opie Anthony show, and the next thing you know, he's playing Bayonne. He's majoring in paisanos.
My brother thought it was sensible to get my mom web TV for Christmas so she could enter the wonderful world of the internet. You know what the hell the problem is there? She's going to be punching this show's website up, the unofficial one, and seeing what really goes on in here.
I know.
She thinks I'm like Edward R. Murrow or something, you know? She thinks I'm a responsible journalist.
Yeah, because before the internet, we could tell our girls and our parents and stuff that, that was all fake on the radio.
Didn't really happen.
It didn't really happen.
Oh, here's this picture of us. What's that on your face? Oh, it looks like a woman, but it's a new type of hat.
A nose warmer.
All right, Christy.
Nose warmer. There you go.
Do I get music?
You did want music?
Sure.
Oh, we need the kaboom box.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll take a quick... Can you stay for a couple more minutes, Louis?
I got a life?
Okay. You're not leaving. We could tease this for 2 hours. You would stay.
It'd be fine.
Louis is missing his gig tonight at Gotham.
Yeah, he's playing...
Lou's still anticipating.
Gotham tonight at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And where's that located again?
It's 22nd between 5th and 6th.
Louis Black in the studio. We'll be right back. 1027 WNEW. It's Opie and Anthony. I guess we got to say goodbye to Louis Black so Christy could get naked for us, Ant.
Oh, poor guy. Come on.
I thought we were moving on with a new segment here, no?
He ain't leaving.
He ain't leaving. All right, Louis, see you later. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been terrific. Bye, everybody.
Usually he can't wait to get out of here. He's looking at the clock the whole time he's on with us, usually.
I never look at the clock.
I'm just kidding.
I usually have a cup of that coffee, and I think, here we go here for another 6 hours.
All right, we got Christy from Rouse.com in the studio, and she has been kind enough to do a little dance for us, Anthony.
Yes.
Especially for Louis Black,
Dance
actually.
to spring, I call it.
There you go.
Dance to spring.
And I guess she wants to dance to Welcome to the Jungle.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
All right, let's get right into it then.
All right.
Where do you want me?
On Louis's lap.
It's a little hard to take off my clothes that way.
Yeah, I would find it might be extremely difficult for me. Notice
Might hurt somebody.
Actually, anywhere in there if you feel...
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. She can do her thing over
Oh, okay.
Wherever you need me.
No problem. Right here.
Okay.
Should we bring a nice comfy chair in for Louis?
Sure. Lounge chair.
A lounge chair.
Yeah, really. This is psychotic. This is radio. What are you people listening to? Now we're going to play something while Louis, a comic you've never seen, sees a woman get naked. That's unbelievable. What has happened to this medium?
Isn't it ridiculous?
It's insane. And people are driving along, oh, good. Then
And do you know something? There are channels upon channel on your TV, if you get satellite TV, that only play music on your TV. And we're doing a live nude girl show here on radio. See how twisted we become in the 21st century?
And after that, we're going to do a Gilligan's Island rerun. So. All right, Louis has got a nice little chair.
Yeah.
They must really like you because they didn't give you the lesbian chair.
The lesbian couch. You'd have left with DNA samples on your pants. Believe me.
You would have had a kid in your pants.
A little hot.
All right.
All right, so Christy from Rouse.com.
That's something I do normally. Just so you know.
Okay.
Because the dollar thing freaks me out.
All right, here we go. Let's crank. We're cranking up the music in studio
welcome to the jungle
for Christy. And here she goes, Anthony.
Okay, she's taking off her little top thing. Wow. She's got a little sleeveless white number on it. Oh. Well, she's dancing. Pants are getting unbuckled. Oh, yeah, okay. Wow. All right. She got the pants off. She's wearing a little thong. Oh,
boob area, but that's fine, right, Ant?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Hey, look at that. Oh, look at Lewis. He almost had a heart attack.
And in a second, she will be completely naked. The thong coming off. She's got her butt facing Lewis.
This is the first time I've seen Lewis Black speechless.
Wow. Oh, she's got the little Hitler mustache shaving job going there. We like that. Wow.
Lewis is smiling like he's in a catatonic state.
Look at her go. Tiny girl.
Yes, she's very tiny. Very cute, though. In good shape. Black hair. About what, 5'2", 5'3", Ant?
Yeah.
Tiny little...
Close to Lewis now. Dancing around. Look at that. She's going to town.
You know, I got to be honest. She looks 14. Did anyone check her ID yet?
Yeah, really, check the ID. For God's sake, she does look 14. This girl is of age, isn't she?
Okay. We're in enough trouble. We don't need it anymore, man.
The Rock will come in here. Arrest us.
Right.
Wow.
Well, very, very nice.
All right, there she goes. Back over to Lewis.
Look at Lewis.
Lewis just sitting there like he could be at a press conference or a church. Whoa, there. All right. She's bumping and grinding.
And that's Christy, Anthony, from Rouse.com.
All right.
That's the website that brought you the nude pictures of Luba, who was also on our radio show.
Whoa.
Lewis is giving that strip club nod, Ant.
Yes.
That strip club nod, like, yeah, all right. What'd he say?
It's a long record.
I believe he's a little embarrassed, Anthony.
Really?
A little bit.
Shouldn't be any reason for that. It's just a naked girl that looks 14 in front of him.
And Rick, of course, taking some digital pictures for the Underground website.
As always.
We know this is radio, and it doesn't really make sense when you hear it in your car, but then you go home, you check out the unofficial website, and you get to see what we were talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
FoundryMusic.com. FOUNDRY music.com.
We give our listeners the visual medium,
yes,
don't we? All right. What do you think, Lewis? Having fun? Yeah, see? He's nodding.
He is speechless. The guy that has an opinion on everything.
He's finally speechless. She's like singing to him and stuff. Totally naked. She don't have a stitch of clothes on, though.
I see that, Ed. I can't get past the fact that she looks 14.
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very nice.
Back on my own mind.
Also, a lot of people checking in because they want to hear the replay of the uncomfortableness that was the Rock interview yesterday.
Yeah.
We're not going to bore you with the whole hour interview, but we are going to replay the part where it got very, very uncomfortable after our next commercial break. Right after commercials.
All right.
Well, right now, let's hear it for Christy from Rouse.com. Bravo. Lewis? Any thoughts? Anything to say?
It's a special moment for all of us, I think.
Yes.
I mean, really, this 519, this never happens at 519.
No.
Nothing ever happens at 519.
You were given that strip club nod.
Yeah.
What do you do with you? What else? Will you smile? What else? You stick your tongue out? What do you do?
It's always so uncomfortable when the girl dances like that for you. Like, okay. That's boobs, yep.
That's good.
But then that passes and other things rush through your head. They're wrong. They're really wrong.
They're wrong. Very good.
But she was good.
Yes,
she was terrific.
Okay.
No kidding. That was unbelievable.
All right.
Rouse.com.
Yep.
Well, Lewis, you can hang.
I will. After that, I got to.
It's up to you, but we got to replay that rock thing yesterday. But you could give your thoughts if you like.
We got to replay it.
It's only like a 5-minute segment.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right. Look at Louis. He's so easy to convince.
Like 5 minutes, be a tape on. Can we get another dance?
You can probably do that. There was another girl upstairs that wanted to be a lesbian. Did she run away?
We'll bring her in just a few minutes.
A lesbian?
Yeah.
Are you willing to kiss another girl?
No.
Oh, wow. You're very set against
I like
that.
men. I will stick to men.
All right. I was hoping for a love connection. That's okay.
She looks like a guy.
Do you have a strap on laying around, maybe?
Christy, very nice body, by the way.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
All right. All right, more to come. I guess we have a lesbian. We got the rock thing from yesterday. And more from Louis Black, who's playing at Gotham tonight.
There was until about 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's going to be here.
That'll be that.
His brain has been erased, but he'll try to come up with something for tonight. He did have all this material worked out in his head. All right, 8 o'clock show tonight. 1027 WNEW. It's Opie and Anthony. And he does not want to leave. Louis Black, everyone. Playing Gotham tonight at 8 o'clock. And we just took care of our pal that takes care of us.
That's very nice of you. Really.
Look how mellow you are now.
I am. He's
a new man.
You walked in the studio like you were on crank, and now look at you.
Yeah.
That's what nudity will do to you, huh?
Changed.
You don't care about the world and its problems anymore, do you?
Anymore. It doesn't take much to bring me to a screeching halt.
Listen how mellow he is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's great.
It is. I kind of got a little, it's like spinning around. It was fun.
Hey, you're no fun anymore. Look at you.
Nudity is like kryptonite to him, you know?
Well, you just said you're going to play something. Get on.
Okay, all right.
Get on with that show of yours.
He just wants to sit there and savor the moment.
He's going to make sure it's in his spank bubble for years to come. Mike, what's going on?
What's up, fellas?
All right.
I was just at Barnes & Noble in Huntington.
Yeah.
Trying to check out the magazines. They had that place completely shut down, and they wouldn't let me through, so I started yelling, "The Rock sucks, Opie and Anthony," and they kicked me out.
Oh, very good. Wow.
I was walking down the line yelling, "The Rock sucks, go home, Opie and Anthony." It was great. People were giving me the finger. It was fun, man. We had a good time. I didn't see any signs or anything, though, man. I was going to go back with a sign, but I figured they would recognize my face and come after me.
Well, we appreciate the support.
It was fun, man.
I think we got a raw deal yesterday.
Oh, you guys definitely did, man. He went crazy.
Oh, good.
That was bad.
All right,
guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Over and out, Wrangler.
All right.
Boy, that's going back.
That's a story for another day.
Actually, push down Paul for a minute. We got to talk to him for 2 seconds.
Paul.
Paul from Airsick.
Okay.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, that new CD you sent over to the Opie and Anthony show? You know how they send us CDs, song parodies and stuff? Airsick Productions.
You like that
we
one?
love them.
Well, I got to explain. They got so excited about their material, they try to get, songs about some of the stuff we're talking about the day before.
Yeah.
So they FedEx it. One day FedEx, right, Louis?
It's got to get here fast.
Got to get there so Opie and Anthony can play it immediately.
Right.
So we got it. We're reading some of the names of the tracks on the CD case going, wow, this is relevant. This is good. I can't wait to hear these. Pop it open. I guess they wanted to get it out so fast they forgot to put the CD in. There was no CD in the case, Paul.
I know. It's in the mail today now.
The most important thing is the CD.
I felt like such a dick. I open up the CD burner. There it is. Oh, Billy's going to kill me. That's that guy.
That's funny.
Man, hey, I know. Hey, Louis, I've opened up for you a couple of times at Governor's. You rock, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Bond.
Hey, how you doing?
Guitar act. How you doing, man?
Good.
You gave me the same look when I lap danced for you, too. So.
Everyone's a smart ass.
I love Louis.
Thank you.
So, Paul, you're playing what, Bananas tonight?
I'm in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Yeah.
Right.
So if you want to see one of the Airsick guys perform live.
All right, there's no conflict there in between the two.
That's right.
Camps, okay. I guess we can plug you a little bit there, Paul.
Right. Fine.
I'll be there tonight and tomorrow.
All right.
So I appreciate it. And the CD is on its way. It's already in the mail.
Good move.
You know what Rick said to me? He goes, "Don't bother FedExing it. We're not here tomorrow."
Yeah, now it can wait till Monday.
All right, man.
All right.
Enjoy the show. Take care.
All right, man.
So have a good show tonight.
Yeah, thanks. You too, Louis.
All right.
Take care.
Comic talk.
Oh, the camaraderie
Yes,
between you
great.
comics.
Yeah.
Till you don't see each other, and then you're talking about each other. This guy stole my bit.
We're a step above guys in clown suits.
We're waiting for the day where we get along with one other DJ.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't happening.
No. We tolerate people. That's about it.
Is that right?
Yeah. Most DJs are just dicks.
Yeah.
They got that whole, attitude, the DJ thing. And even, we've been to some things where we had to broadcast with about 30 other radio stations.
Like in L.A. and all that stuff.
When they do that, what do they call that thing? It's you get one interview after another kind of.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Mitch Cumstein, how you doing? You're just like, you could turn the voice off now, Pally.
Right.
We're not on the air. Hey, how you doing? You're from that station. And then they go through all, like, the alphabet soup of stations they were at. How's WABG, WGBZ, WGBZ, KLOD? It's like, who cares? They always got the voice and the attitude. Ugh, we don't get along with any of them.
I'm distracted. There's a really hot girl outside the studio.
Oh, yeah?
What is her deal? Is she going to do anything? She's going to really?
What's with the guy?
She wants to talk to the canoe driver, Anthony.
I don't think that boat goes to that slip. Tell you the truth.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. We'll get her in here in a minute. Another guy that was at the book signing. Tom.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I was yelling stuff when I...
All right, try again.
Okay, yeah. I yelled stuff and they threw me out, but... You know what I find ironic is in the WWF, man, they got child molesters and everything else working for them, and you guys, you guys can't clown around.
Well,
Come on, dude. Pat Patterson is he's a sexual harasser. He still works there, and he's the Rock's buddy.
Is this that guy again?
He's getting the Rock.
Are you the guy that was...
That's right, but I used to work for them, and I'll tell you right now, I challenge any of them. They got so more... Dude, they set you guys up so bad. I seen just by you could tell by the way he was talking to you guys that they were going to set you up because he wasn't even himself, man.
This guy called up a couple of months ago and said that he was sexually abused or assaulted.
I was sexually harassed. When I was a kid, I was abused by a ring announcer from the WWF. I used them and
wow, that could cause damage.
You guys, let me tell you something. You guys can or whatever, but they use you like a pawn, like they use everybody else. He knew he was going to do that. He was on The View yesterday in the morning talking about the racial angle. This is a total thing, man, where they knew all along they were going to come out and they got all the publicity out of this that they wanted from the New York City area, man. They just use you guys. I hope that you guys learned your lesson, man, and don't support them no more. And let me see if Shane McMahon or Vince McMahon gives you guys a call and says and tries to smooth things over. They blew you guys up, man.
All right, Tom. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
I just had it rolling out of the station.
I saw it. All right. Well, everyone's talking about our interview with The Rock yesterday, Anthony. It's big news today. We gave our views earlier, so we don't want to rehash that part of it, but we want to play for all our faithful listeners the very uncomfortable moment.
I haven't heard this yet.
So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to start the tape here where we're still having fun with The Rock.
Yeah.
Just joking around, and then all of a sudden we're blindsided. Absolutely blindsided.
The Rock all of a sudden making, racial accusations and getting all pissed off.
All right, so let's go to the tape from yesterday.
Well, that's the funny thing is you didn't even try to be a good guy. I mean, it just happened. Like, he'd go out there and say he was the people's champ, and the people were like, no, you're not. You just like being pompous and saying, I'm the people's champ. And then after a while, it just caught on. You brainwashed everybody. You hypnotized them or something. So like, yeah, he is the people's champ.
Hey, Chris, what do you have for The Rock?
Rock, this is one of the millions of fans. I was calling to find out what kind of injuries you've ever sustained in the ring.
In the ring, other than a couple of knee injuries, had a couple of surgeries already. That done shoulder injuries all the time. Pretty much your typical bumps and bruises.
Yeah, you can see time and time again, you see like black and blue marks on some of the wrestlers from going off the ring and everything. What about when you flip over the top? What's that do to you?
Well, you won't see too much flipping over the top from The Rock. Not like the Hardy Boys or anything like that.
Yeah, they get into it. That ladder match is still one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. We got Sick Boy in the studio. He's like a wrestling expert. You got a quick question for The Rock there, Sick Boy? He's been chomping at the bit all afternoon.
Yeah, I was actually kind of curious about, remember the MTV special over the summer? They had the feature on Tony Atlas, who was your dad's tag team partner. I was kind of wondering if you saw that and what you thought about it. They kind of highlighted some of the hard times that Tony's gone through over the years, and him talking about being so desperate that he wanted to kill himself and all that, and just what your thought on it was, with your dad being his partner.
Well, before The Rock actually answers that, just out of curiosity, The Rock's heard of your name, and The Rock's got a question for you regarding your website.
Oh, no.
Actually, I had no idea it was you who goes by the name of Sick Boy, but it was brought to my attention last night from the office that your website carries a lot of racist comments, and I just want to hear about that. And for the most part, I just want to know, it sounds like all you guys are friends, and if you guys had known that this is a guy who has racist comments on his website, and if in fact you guys are behind that.
Oh, I've seen his website a few times. He's got a bunch of writers on there. And I think they just open it up to everything.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything ever been racist, no more than any of the humor that goes on in this show.
Well, hey, now, don't blame our show.
Don't lump us into that.
Well, I'll tell you what, after it was read, a couple of lines were read yesterday. The officer called me, read a couple of lines for me. It said something like, The Rock, being half black, half Samoan, doesn't know whether he should go rob houses or eat food or whatever it is, and saying Jacqueline's from the jungle, and Mark Henry, something about him being a gorilla or a monkey or something like that. Elaborate on that. If that's the case, if you guys are behind this guy, then really, I really don't even want to be here, for that matter, and I certainly don't want to talk to you.
Well, if there's been any, this is nothing that's been written by me. I've got a staff of 15 writers that are on the site, and the site is done as an entertainment site, adding humor and just commentary on what goes on in wrestling. I haven't seen anything that was racist on the site. If there was anything that I ever saw as being too extreme, it would be gone in a heartbeat. There's been plenty of stuff that gets...
Well, saying that Jacqueline is from the jungle and Mark Henry's a monkey, and whether or not The Rock wants to rob houses because he's half black or he wants to eat because he's half Samoan, quite frankly, I find that offensive.
Well, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen those posts at all. I don't know if anybody else has. And
I'll be honest, I've never read any of that.
I've never seen one thing up on my site that would ever be racist, because that's not how I was raised, and that's not how I would run a website.
Well, it's on there.
Well, I haven't seen it on there. If it's on there, it will absolutely be removed. But I absolutely do not condone, nor do I support any of the statements made. And if somebody on there has made racist comments like that, they're absolutely going to be fired.
Can I be excused?
Whoa, really? Wow.
All right.
Well, for the most part, it's one of those things where, I was contacted, I was made aware of it, and the office was made aware of it, and quite frankly, I don't want to have anything to do with you. I don't want to answer your questions. And if you guys have anything to do with this guy, I quite frankly don't want to have anything to do with you guys.
Honestly, I've never read any of that stuff on the site, and that's the honest truth.
No, we have him on whenever we have wrestlers on. He's an expert, knows a lot about it. We have that on. I don't know anything about any racist postings. Like I said, we don't condone that either.
Yeah. Well, it was brought to my attention last night, and it was read to me over the phone in detail.
When you have an open forum, especially on the internet, there's not really much you can do about that.
Apparently it was from the writers who you must employ somehow.
Well, they're not paid writers at all. They're hired based on their writing skills. But if I had known somebody was posting that kind of crap, well, I apologize for anything that you may have taken offense to. I absolutely, do not condone that type of writing, especially on my website. It's something that I put a lot of hard work into, and it's been up for 2 years now, and we've put a lot of energy and a lot of money into it to make it something to be proud of, and for something like that to be on it is a black eye to the site, and it's a black eye to me. And I apologize to you and Jacqueline and anybody else from the WWF who, if somebody had made a comment like that to them, then they will absolutely be gone.
You mean African American site?
All right, enough with that.
Wow. Boy, that sure turned around quick. Look at that. What the hell are you doing?
So what else, guys? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, no problem.
God damn. You ruined our interview with The Rock. What the hell? We were all having fun.
All right. Well, we still want to thank you for coming by.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
I hope you don't hate us.
Well, no, if you know of this, and if you tell me the truth, if you know of this...
I'm giving you my word. You don't know much about me, but I honestly have never read anything like that on his website. And that is my word. I'm not backing down or anything. I've never read anything like that. And that's the God's honest truth.
All right.
I believe it's there. I'm not going to lie, but, if you say it's there, but...
I was pretty much there, for the most part. Again, I was brought to my attention last night, sat on the phone for a good couple of hours, and made the publicist aware, and I had no idea it was him, but appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
Okay. Book signing starting at... And there it was from yesterday. Oh,
that's weird.
Isn't that weird?
Oh, what a difference a day makes.
Thank God Lewis came here to give us some humor.
If we had a naked girl yesterday, I think everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
And The Rock's a little angry with, the racist. Oh, Christ, look, boobies. And everything's cool.
We talked...
The Rock apologizes for calling you a racist. Bring on the gash.
Yeah. We talked about it the first hour of the show today, but basically, what pisses me off, and we did say right from the start of today's show, if he wants to come back on our show today, by phone or live, I don't care. I'll say this to his face as well.
Not anymore.
Right. But
that's it. He can't come now.
But I think the guy, and I said this earlier.
Statute of limitations.
I said it earlier. I think the guy's a pussy because...
oh, my God.
No. He's okay.
And I would say it to his face, and we did say he could come back, and I'll tell you why. Because after that whole segment was done and we went to commercials, any man would have stayed behind and maybe talked for a few more minutes. That guy turned his head and out the door.
I'm sorry to say, from listening to that, the only people that sounded like pussies were me, you, and Sick Boy.
Well, we said that earlier, too. Because we were blindsided.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know where that was coming from.
It's yours. My favorite is, you go, well, the least we can say is we're glad you came in. And then you go, yeah, we are.
Really glad. Please don't beat us up, you huge man. You got a professional wrestler. The guy's giant. Sitting there. You see him every week on TV, like 3 times a week. And, you blindsides it like that. It's kind of hard to come back with something.
And we're guilty by association. I never even saw what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's
what
thing.
pisses me off.
Well, that's the weirdest thing. That it's, that he saw it, nobody else saw it.
Well, I thought a lot about it last night while watching some Amos and Andy reruns. That, it was, what? Check, please. Bellboy, this bag is full.
But he wants to talk about stereotyping and stuff like that. Why does he look at the company he works for? We have no problem with what the WWF does, but why don't you start with your job?
Yeah, they got a guy called the Godfather that comes out and says, the black guy, pimping ain't easy. He's a pimp. Right. He comes out with 4 hoes. These strippers that come out with him. Anybody want a piece of my fine hose? Pimping ain't easy. I'll be pimping 24/7. Like he's a total black stereotype. Oh, my God. But that's okay.
Yeah, he works for
it's the company that's writing the Rock's check.
Yeah, they exploit stereotypes, and I have no problem with that, but... Yeah, exactly. They cut the check, so he's not going to say anything in-house there.
Isn't it a little weird how he didn't even break character? Because he wasn't in character the whole time, but that whole thing how he talks about himself in third person didn't stop. Like usually somebody would say, hey, I'm not going to answer your question because the things that you put on your website pissed me off. He's like, well, The Rock isn't going to answer your questions because The Rock was informed about this, and The Rock is a little... It's like, well, who are you talking about? Bring The Rock in, and we'll talk about it with him. He still talked about himself in third person. It's a little weird, isn't it?
Yes,
Think he does that all the time? Think he does that in bed with his wife? The Rock's slamming you right now. The Rock's giving you a good one, isn't he?
That's The Rock's take your heads out from between your legs because you guys are probably the biggest marks in the business.
Biggest marks?
What do you mean biggest marks?
You guys are the biggest fans. You talked a big game today, but yesterday you guys were clamming up there.
We explained it all earlier. We were in complete shock. What was going on? And we gave him the form again today, and because now we're a little more prepared about what he was wanted to bring up, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, well,
ready to go.
We did say that. He could come right in here right now. Now that we have 15 guys with us.
I know. Yesterday it sounded like you guys were ready to get on that motorcycle together. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Hop on the jet ski.
There you go.
I'm pissed off at myself. I'm totally friggin' pissed off at myself. Oh, totally. Like we completely came off like we backed down and just gave in. I think we came off trying to sound like we were trying to explain ourselves, and we're stuttering, muttering.
You stuttering, muttering, Spidey, you stuttering, muttering prick. You. Look at you,
lifelong members of the SmackDown Hotel.
Yeah, we were just in shock. I mean, I just couldn't believe it was going on. All right?
Okay, guys.
All right, bye. What do you got, Mark?
What about yesterday as he's plowing through the millions and millions of fans out here, Mark steps up to him and goes, "Hey, would you like to cut an ID for the Opie and Anthony show?"
Christ. You got some set of balls, Mark.
What are you going to do, punch me? You know, I mean, what do I
He
care?
could have. They say he has a rage problem.
Ed, what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to say, you guys, there was really nothing wrong with anything you said. You know, there was a lot of confidence and everything. It was just hard to hear because you could hear a sound of knees knocking in the background.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I was like, because, you know, I mean, I did some research on the guy. The guy has a rage problem.
No, it sounded like a setup. It sounded like it was.
I had to use some baby powder from the rash I got from wetting myself. Tell you the truth, when I got home.
Take care, guys.
All right, man.
Yeah, look, you guys sounded... we'll read some real ones.
I wouldn't want to get in a room with a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept is a little odd.
Just ask Belzer. Just ask Richard Belzer. Remember that time Hulk Hogan choked him out?
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, it's a completely psychotic. Now I'm mad again. They got a restaurant. They got a restaurant in my corner.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because you know what? When I think World Wrestling Federation, the next thing I think is food. You know?
Hey, we're cordially invited.
Sweat and grunt and make noise. I think, God, you know what I need? Chicken wings. God in heaven. They yelled about Disney coming in. What about them? How nuts is that? 2 blocks from my home. If I'd known that when I was a kid, that this is what it was going to end up at, I'd have killed myself.
Paul from right around the corner. You guys sounded so guilty and like such pussies, like little school kids being scolded by the teacher. See, that's how I feel that at least I came off. I'm not very happy with the way we handled that yesterday.
Well, maybe you could spend some time in church over the weekend.
I think I will. I'll light a candle for myself. I think I'm going to.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I had to sneak in. This is Macbeth from X Wrestling.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
going on?
Hey, you are a genius, man.
Thank you.
I read this guy's posts. They're hysterical. They are really
the
funny.
latest one. We have a public service announcement from The Rock.
I gotta check that
And
out.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank The Rock, because yesterday we were a 5,000 hit site, now we're a 20,000 hit site.
20,000 hits. You guys are a bunch of pussies if you don't put that the posting up.
Oh, please. Once Stick realizes he's not going to get sued, everything will be back up. Our big gimmick will be making fun of The Rock from now on.
All right. Cool.
I have something else to say.
Viscera rules.
Thank you, Joe.
What The Rock is cooking.
What a freaking moron. He is the biggest hypocrite on the face of the earth.
I think, yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I don't blame you guys for, you're in a bad position. I wouldn't.
Wait, you can't curse.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm just roughed up and trying to get in all day.
I didn't really care about that. I was in shock.
The guy works for the raciest company on the face of the earth. He makes his money off doing those kind of things. You know?
Right.
What's he going to say about a website that's basically praising him, making a few jokes?
Right. All right,
This
Joe.
is a bunch of crap.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
right, man.
Matt, Macbeth.
Matt.
Oh, Matt, I'm sorry.
You rule, man.
All right.
Take care.
Oh, that's Macbeth?
Yeah, you got...
Macbeth.
Dude, you got to read some of his posts. They're hysterically funny. Like, he's got this whole thing now on here, I guess. A public service announcement from The Rock. He wrote it. He puts these pictures, I guess, of The Rock's action figure.
Yeah.
And he talks like he's The Rock and stuff. Like, this guy's got a set of balls. He don't care. It's pretty funny.
Pete, what's up? Hey, Pete.
His action figure.
Did we lose Pete? I guess.
No, man.
Hey, Pete, what do you got?
Yo, it's Tom, by the way.
Oh, Tom. It says Pete on the screen. Sorry.
Oh, dude, I'm about to go work the book signing.
Yeah.
You guys want me to do something like X-Wrestling all over or something?
Just whisper in his ear, Opie and Anthony say hi.
Yeah, maybe apologize to him for you guys?
No, I ain't apologizing to him at all. I apologized yesterday, and that's all he's getting out of me. I didn't even really apologize. I was trying to tell him what I knew, which was nothing.
Man, it doesn't matter. His book sucks, man. I read it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, there's a lot of pictures in it, so.
Yeah, 5 years in WWF. He's got no story. He made it big from the start. He's going to end big.
All right, Pete.
All right, later, guys.
Thank you.
What story do you tell? What is the story? I wrestled somebody. We set it up. I'm going to win. He's going to lose. What's the story?
Oh, no.
It's not like, I exercised for a while. I ate a lot of that bionic crap. I got bloated muscles. Then I was up against the Tick, and we had to sign a contract. And then I want... What is the story? It's about 8 pages.
You remember the Tick cartoon, Anthony?
Hell yeah.
That was the you know what, man. I like that cartoon.
Hey, old Dirty, what's going on?
My man, I heard yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of... Come on, man. What? Why were you apologizing to him, bro? You should have threw him out of the studio, man.
Well,
you should have threw him out. You should have said, you know what? We had nothing to do with the website. The man you want to speak to is right in front of you, and he's my friend. And if you got a problem with that, you know, let's talk about it off mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You went around and turned it into one of those fake You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why.
How soon before the WWF goes bankrupt, kid?
That's why I think he's a pussy for not even discussing it after the fact when we were in commercials.
He should have, man. He should have said, yo, you know what? Let's talk about
it. He bolted out crying like a little baby. Little bitch.
Come on, man.
All right.
And now what's going to happen? Now you guys been getting good press in the magazines and everything. Now what's going to happen with that?
Well, everyone's like, you better just not talk about the incident today on your show.
Who said that?
A bunch of people around here.
Yo, man, just let it for that. What do you mean? Come on.
It's too real. It happened to us. We got to discuss it, you know? All right, old Dirty.
All right.
Anything else about it?
Nah, man. I mean, I was surprised, man. I thought it was like a setup or something, like a joke.
I
thought it was a bit, man. I said, oh, watch, he's gonna take, he's gonna flip or something.
That's why we started laughing when he first said, I got a problem with your website. We're like, okay, what? I thought something funny was gonna finally come out of his mouth.
Ay. Never a dull moment.
All right.
All right, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, baby.
Bye.
Upstairs.
Well, this could go on forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all anyone wants to talk about, but...
You just bolted out.
Bolted out. Well, let's take a break, Anthony.
Okay.
That's how it went down yesterday.
Yes.
All right. Fran is 84 years old. Rick, you cannot have oral sex with Fran. I'm sorry.
No, anal is okay.
Trainwreck Radio. The Opie and Anthony Show. 1027 WNEW.
1027 WNEW, it's Opie and Anthony. Still in the studio, Lewis Black, who's playing at Gotham tonight at 8 p.m. We don't know where Gotham is, Anthony.
It's 22nd between 5th and 6th.
22nd between 5th and 6th.
There.
Yeah, sure.
The Rock's opening up.
The
Rock. I do a comedy act. I'm The Rock. I just call myself The Rock all night. Check it out. I'm third person. Or he's third person. He's The Rock.
All right. Well, we have a girl in here who's 18, and she wants to be a lesbian for a day, but the problem is we only have one girl, so that's going to be a little tough.
That becomes I don't know what maybe another species we could find.
I mean, Christy's still here, but she's not into women. But if she was into women for like 5 minutes, we'd give the website a real nice plug or something. Huh?
Dances for Lewis, I'll kiss her.
If she dances for Lewis, you'll kiss her?
That's right. All right.
You're game?
I'm game.
Oh.
This is completely
all right, break out the chair, bring back in the boombox.
Yeah, this is...
Look at Lowe's, get over there.
Really insane. I could have left.
We got to...
Oh, no, perish that thought.
You thought he was mellow, now he's about to pass out totally.
This is unbelievable.
All right, now...
You can't leave.
We have a very cute 18-year-old girl here. We have another girl that looks like she's 14.
Yes, she's got something
I'm just
to say.
kidding with you. You're not taking off your what?
Not all my clothes.
Meaning, nope, you're not taking your panties off? Okay. Why does it look like you're making Jiffy Pop popcorn in your underwear or something?
No.
That's
Opie.
okay. It's okay. I'm just...
Well, Opie has a tendency of opening his mouth
I'm
before people open their zippers.
Right
here.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Please.
All right.
You ruin it for everybody.
I don't ruin things.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, she even had a song and everything.
She's going to take the shoesies off.
All right. She's taking off her top.
This could be pretty good. Pants coming down.
She's stacked.
Pants coming off.
We are getting videotaped for the unofficial website. Pretty cool. That is very nice.
Oh, undies,
Christy. She danced for Lewis. Christy from Rouse.com. Oh, you better not be all talk.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, those are 18-year-old boobs.
Very nice.
Definitely.
All right.
I was like, I'm putting my clothes back on.
Without the clothes. Oh, you want to take pictures?
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
yeah, Lewis is still here.
Playing Gotham tonight, Anthony. 8 o'clock show. 22nd, between 5th and 6th.
All right.
So
Well,
Christy, who's
that's-
never kissed a girl before. And Nicole. And Nicole has never kissed a girl before, so it's like a quick little lesbian for a day thing here. Look at Lewis.
Get a real one going, you know.
The real one.
No like crap. Here you go.
Lewis looks like
Very sensitive. Wow.
Wow.
Going at it.
They're completely making out, Anthony.
Whoa.
Yeah, a little more would be very nice. Look at the camera crew. It's like the paparazzi.
Yeah.
You guys are blocking Lewis's. You're blocking Lewis's view.
Like it's, you know, put your hands on each other.
Don't go that far.
No, go ahead.
Wow.
Trust us. You liking that?
More?
It's pretty good.
Christy, did you like that?
Well, I gotta be honest, I prefer men.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
What about you?
You know what? There's not much of a difference. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Not much of a difference.
You know, girls are just so weird. I mean, you're not going to see two guys just do that and go, you know, I prefer girls. I prefer girls, but that wasn't too bad. You know? You're just not going to ever see that.
How about we get Opie and Anthony to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that'll happen in Bizarro World.
Great idea.
Is it snowing in hell?
Even if it was.
Exactly.
Still wouldn't matter.
Huh?
Yeah, I got lipstick. I got lipstick.
I think if we had to make out to save the world, it wouldn't happen.
Did that arouse you at all? Was it pretty good?
It was alright.
Yeah?
Not aroused though.
No?
No, we weren't talking to you.
Well, maybe you should have put your hand down her panties or something. That would have worked. Well, I'm just saying, that might have worked. Jeez, I'm getting all bad on my ass over here.
And Lewis Black looks like he could be like an extra in Awakenings or something over there. It's like a catatonic state, man. Well, that was very nice.
Yeah, bravo.
We didn't expect that to happen. We got to thank Nicole for coming in with her little tight 18-year-old body, Anthony.
That's pretty good.
For the love of God, I hope she's 18. Hope she's 18. And Christy from Rouse.com. All right? All right. All right, let's take another break.
Oh, back to our seats.
Lewis, anything else we can do for you today?
No, it really it's been really my life.
It's going to be the next Back in Black on Comedy Central.
Bit on it.
It's just going to be like, and here's Lewis Black.
Well, you got to realize you walk across town to do this. Every time I come in here, nobody's here, and all of a sudden, 5,000 people show up.
Now you're getting action.
Women are making out. It's like he's
stammering. But the best part about it is they both never kissed a woman before.
Yeah.
What?
Reapplying the lipstick there. And,
Yeah, I don't want to
helping
walk
with
out
the
onto the street and look like I've been making out with a girl.
All right. Well, very nice. Well, Lewis, should we let you go?
I think I'm going to have to go.
No. After that, you can stay as long as you want, but I figured I'd give you the hour.
No, it's been a pleasure, though. You know that.
Yes, Lewis Black
really
from The Daily Show on Comedy Central. He does Back in Black still every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday night.
And he's playing Gotham all weekend long, starting tonight at 8 o'clock, 22nd Street between 5th and 6th.
You got it. Very good.
It's Lewis Black, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend, everybody.